Welcome to Harbargain Farm with the Alice Ferguson Foundation. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Will.
And today we're going to share one of our favorite activities with you.
Looking for stuff in the water.
That's right. We're going to look for aquatic macroinvertebrates.
Kayla, what in the world is an aquatic macroinvertebrate?
Well, aquatic means it lives in the water. Macro means you can see it with your eyes. And invertebrate means it has no backbone.
Well, I wonder what stuff we need in order to find these aquatic macroinvertebrates.
Let's go find out.
Now that we've filled up our ice cube tray with water from Aquatic Creek, we're going to be looking out for some leaf packs. Now, a leaf pack is anywhere where water has pushed together a whole clump of leaves. A lot of our macroinvertebrates love to eat those dead leaves. So not only are we going to be looking at leaf packs, but we're also going to be searching for some rocks as well. Oh, look at that. We have a living macroinvertebrate. He's probably eaten up the slime on this rock. Let's take it back to our ice cube tray so we can keep him alive and find out who he is. Now Kayla behind me is going through and she's looking at some of these leaf packs. Hopefully she'll find something that's moving around in them. Once she has found them, she's going to bring it back to our ice cube tray here and put it in some water.
Got one.
Ah, so cool. Now in a little bit, we'll make sure to identify them after about a good 5 to 10 minutes of looking and trying to find some macroinvertebrates. Enjoy.
All right, now we're going to work on identifying these bugs, and we're so excited to find them in our streams because these guys can actually give us a clue as to how clean the water is. And when we say clean water, we actually mean healthy water because it's important to us, to humans, because we actually get our drinking water from the streams and the rivers in this region. And these guys, depending on who we find, can actually tell us how clean the water is.
But before we do that, Kayla, we want to make sure that our leaves go back in the water, because if there are any creatures on these leaves that we didn't find, we might accidentally kill them.
Excellent idea, Will.
So we have this nice macroinvertebrate key. That's kind of like a choose your own adventure. So you start at one point and you answer questions in order to be able to identify the different macroinvertebrates that you found. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do an example one. This guy right here. So we're going to start at the beginning and we're going to try to identify what it is. So we start at where it says begin here and we ask, does it have a hard shell or a no shell? So Kayla, does it have a hard shell or no shell?
I'm going to go with no shell.
I'm going to agree with you. Well, Kayla, does it have legs or does it not have legs?
It sure does have legs.
Let's see, how many legs does it have?
Exactly 6 legs.
Excellent. Now, does it look kind of like a worm or does it not look like a worm?
I'm gonna go with not worm-like.
Very cool. All right, now does it have any tails?
Yes, totally has some tails.
How many tails does it have?
Looks like 2 tails.
I agree. Well, I see that there's one here that says 2 tails. Is there anything else that says 2 tails?
Not that I can see.
All right, so it has 2 tails, no gills, which means it's a stonefly.
Stonefly.
Very cool. And it looks like we have another stonefly right here.
Oh, yeah, those guys are the same.
Yeah.
And as we can see, the very first 2 questions are hard shell versus no shell. So a lot of invertebrates have what's called an exoskeleton. And you might mistake that for a hard shell, but when we are asking hard shell, we want to know if it's like a snail or a clam, something that like truly has a shell to go inside of.
Now that we've identified all of our macroinvertebrates, it's time to send them back to the creek. Now when we put them back, we want to make sure we don't go any higher than our knees, and actually just putting it straight into the water can help get most of our macroinvertebrates back in.
Okay, so now we're going to check off what we found today. As you can see, our macroinvertebrates are placed into 3 categories. We have clean stream, partially polluted stream, and polluted stream. That means that certain macroinvertebrates have a higher tolerance to pollution than others. So today we found caddisfly larvae, we found stonefly nymphs, we found midge larvae, and we found some snails.
Now what this means is that if there was pollution in our waterway in Aquatic Creek, then unfortunately our clean stream or our pollution sensitive macroinvertebrate species would not be able to survive. But since we found them today, we can say that Aquatic Creek is pretty clean. Now let's head on back. This has been Will
and Kayla
saying thank you all for coming out today. If you'd like to find out how to do this at a creek near your home, you can look online.
But the most important part is to
Get outside.